Hello, Brown County. How are we doing tonight? We're ready to retire Ron Johnson. Hey, thank you very much. I want to give a big shout out to my man Terry here. Let's give him a round of applause for working on I also want to thank all of you for fighting the good fight. Because of you, we're going to win this year and we're going to defeat Ron Johnson. So give yourself a round of applause. I also want to thank many of you who helped me get on the debate stage. Many of you probably saw that. The pundits the day after declared us the winner of the debate, which is very nice of them. But more importantly, I look forward to winning my second debate this fall against Ron Johnson. My name is Olikara. I'm from Waukesha County, and I'm running for the U.S. Senate because I believe we've had a fundamental loss of dignity in our politics, and the path to rebuilding it is fundamentally changing the system. And my conviction in this new kind of politics comes from an unconventional background. As the son of Indian immigrants, my parents immigrated from this country from India, and they did not have access to political power. My dad had $20 in his pocket when he came here, but they had a vision for their children. You know, they said, my son will be a future U.S. Senator. They did not say that now. They said he should be an engineer. But that experience informs my politics because I know what it's like to be an outsider. And I want to create a government that truly includes everyone and not just the narrow few who have access to power. My politics is also informed from my background as a musician. I grew up playing in every kind of band you can imagine as a guitarist and as a drummer, and I learned about the power of helping people find their common humanity, the power of listening. And inspired from that vision, I founded the Millennial Action Project, the nation's largest organization of young elected legislators in the country, working in Congress and state legislatures. And our organization was able to be on the front lines, bringing people together, Democrats, Republicans, and Independents. We introduced over 200 bills through Congress. 35 of those were passed with bipartisan support. And the reason why I think that's important is because the U.S. Senate is not an entry-level position. I'm the one candidate running for this race who has federal legislative experience. Heck, I passed more legislation through Congress from the outside than Ron Johnson's passed from the inside of Congress. Now, what I also saw in Congress was a broken system. I saw that the incentives really mattered. That's why when I announced our campaign, I was standing next to our former Lieutenant Governor, Barbara Lawton, who's endorsed our campaign, and we announced my first piece of legislation. It is the issue at play when you see politicians who are profiting on the dehumanization of women right now. The issue when you see politicians who are profiting on the substance abuse crisis while they accept money from Big Pharma. It's the issue when you see politicians who are comfortable kicking the can down the road on climate change. Yes, you probably know where I'm going with this. My first piece of legislation in the U.S. Senate, I want you to make some noise if you want to stand with me on this, is getting big money out of politics and restoring integrity to our election system. Money is at the root of what's going on in Congress right now, why members of Congress don't even do their jobs right now. I'm committed to banning lobbyists from funding members of Congress, and even better, banning members of Congress from fundraising while Congress is in session. I'm committing to you right here, right now, that I will not fundraise while I'm serving on your taxpayer dime. I'm going to spend 100% of my time legislating on your behalf. And when we build this new kind of politics, I want to call on all Wisconsinites to help us pass our agenda. That means working together to protect a woman's right to choose, working together to pass the boldest climate plan in this entire U.S. Senate race, and that is a 100% clean electricity standard by 2030. And working together to make sure we put an end to these endless wars, and I will lead as an anti-war U.S. Senator. I've chosen this moment to run because I believe this is the movement that defeats Ron Johnson. I believe that the Democratic nominee who's successful this fall is not just a generic consultant-driven campaign. It is someone who activates the exhausted majority and brings together those disaffected independents and Republicans into our coalition. And the final thing I'll leave you with is this. I believe there's a deficit of political courage in Congress right now. And that is why the number one question you should ask before voting for any candidate is, what are they prepared to lose their job over? I'm prepared to lose my job in the U.S. Senate because this job and this campaign is not about me. It's about all of you, and it's about what we can build together. So are you fired up to win in this race? Then let's do